Welcome back to 3 Questions in 3 Minutes. I'm Elizabeth Schnatry, co-treasurer of WICT, and I have the pleasure of being here with Kacey Cahill, VP of Procurement at Comcast, NBCU. Welcome.
Thank you.
Before we get started with our question, Kacey, can you give us a brief description of your role here at Comcast?
Sure. I do the software deals for Comcast, primarily responsible for that. And with the help of the broader team, we manage NBC and Sky.
Starting with question number 1, you've had a diverse career here. What has been the most challenging about switching careers and companies?
Right, that's a good question. My career actually is very diverse. I started as a pharmacist and I went to law school. I practiced litigation, IP litigation in New York for a while, raised my children for a number of years, so had a law practice, had a furniture business, even produced a children's book, and then came here to Comcast and did software deals from the legal side, and then came over and did software deals from the procurement side. And what I would say to people is that, you're going to grow when you get out of your comfort zone. And when you switch these roles, the challenge is that you keep wanting to fall back into your comfort zone. Realize that if you push yourself beyond this space, you will realize the things that are common to you and your assets in all of these different fact patterns, because it's always the same. You're always relating to people, you're always solving problems, you're always building networks. But the caution I would say is when you do that, you do feel exposed, you have that anxiety, know it, and know your anxiety response and manage it. Because if you don't know that the anxiety is coming and you don't manage the anxiety response, then you're going to go sort of into survival mode and you won't be successful. So you just have to sort of breathe through it and give yourself a chance for this sort of the waves to settle and enjoy the view. So I think the biggest challenge in those things is going beyond that sort of immediate and temporary anxiety response and realize that you were drawn to the new role because the new role was natural to your strengths.
I think that's really relatable advice for a lot of people. Going on to question number 2, how do you pay it forward?
So I think paying it forward is an everyday thing. I have, 4 teenagers and they go on like service trips and things like that. And it always kind of makes me laugh because every single day there's opportunities to relate to other people and to make people feel valuable. So paying it forward is, telling someone hello. And if you like what somebody's wearing, telling them that you like it. Paying it forward is asking somebody, how they feel about something and listening. If someone wants to come and talk with you, you should listen to what they're saying and give them valuable feedback. Whether they take it or not is not, your responsibility. And also in the bigger role, understand that you owe things to the generation behind you, but you also owe things to the generation before you, right? Because we're all sort of in it together. So for me, it's paying it forward is sort of a microcosmic exercise, I would say.
Awesome. Do you use your negotiation skills from procurement in your role at home to negotiate with your 4 teenagers? And if so, does it work?
So actually, I probably use my negotiating skills with my 4 teenagers in procurement. It's probably the reverse. When I had 4 children within 3.5 years, and they're all in high school now, and I learned a long time ago, like it or not, that you don't really control people. No matter what age they are, you just don't control people. You influence people, you earn people's respect, and through your honesty and your investment in somebody else, you build a relationship. It's the same thing with negotiating. That's the relationship that my husband and I try to build with our children and with our extended family and any other sort of adolescent that's in our life. But in negotiating, it's the same thing. People will signal to you what they really need. They're asking for an apple, but they don't necessarily need or want an apple. And if they signal to you what they really need and you can deliver that to them in a way that's honest and open, you can get what you need usually too. So, it's all this, again, it goes back to the first question. It's all the same thing. Just play to your strengths, be honest, and have integrity, and you'll be fine.
Okay. Well, thanks again. I
Thank
think
you,
that's
Liz.
Really great advice about being authentic and true to yourself to be successful in your career. So join us again next month for 3 Questions in 3 Minutes.